Hey everybody, just wanted to show you some new features that we just added to the website. We just added this workout planner just a few minutes ago. So if you want to see how to use that, you would start out here on your dashboard and you just need to open up a workout. So I'm going to go through my calendar because I have a bunch of workouts in there already, and it'll let you see what I'm talking about. So I have today's workout already loaded. If you don't have any workouts loaded, then you would just go through the training log and add one like normal. But I'll open up this workout and go to the edit screen, and you'll notice that you've got a new icon here, this workout planner icon. Now we did just load this, so if you don't see this yet, like if you're trying that just after this video is posted and you don't see it yet, try to Control F5 and that should make it load for you. But if I click on this, then it will open up this workout planner. Now, first I want to show you just some basic operations. It's already selected what it believes is my best estimated 1 rep max, the most relevant estimated 1 rep max for this movement, which is the high bar squat with my belt. So I would put in whatever my rep and RPE combination is for today. So let's say today I'm planning to do a triple at a 9 RPE. So from there, obviously you type that in, you just hit calculate, and it's going to predict that I want to do 650 for a triple. That's my target weight for the day. Now, if you want to modify that, you certainly can. Let's say I don't like 650, I'm going to go 655. And you can do the same thing with the reps. And from there, you just hit add set, and it adds the set for you. And this is draggable as well, so we can kind of move that out of the way, and you can see that the set is added. So you can use this to plan your entire workout or just your top sets, whatever you like. If you want to manually change this estimated 1RM, you can do that as well. You can also use this for planning percentages. If you're not using a rep and RPE combo, let's say that you know that you need to do 80% for a triple. You just type in 80, no percent sign needed or anything like that, and just hit calculate, and it's going to round it off for you as well, round it to something that you can load. I've got my settings on pounds, so it's going to round off to the nearest 5 pounds. If your settings are on kilos, then it'll round off to the nearest 2.5 kilos. It's using your custom RPE charts if you're using those as well. If those are in the system, it's going to use whatever RPE chart you have designated for this exercise. If you've not done any of that, no worries, then you can still use it, and it's just going to use the default charts. There are some special features on here as well that you can use that I want to just kind of point out to you. Let's go back over to the rep and RPE combination real quick. So I said today I'm going to do a triple at a 9 RPE, and we went ahead and calculated that, and we said that the core calculation brings us to 650 for a triple. Now, obviously your first work set's not going to be 650, and generally I say that your first work set's going to be a minus 10%, so it's going to be 10% below your target weight for the day. So if we type in minus 10 in the percent mod box and then hit calculate, you'll see that this 91 goes down to 81, and it predicts your weight for that day using a minus 10%. So you could add that set and then change this to a minus 5%, calculate, and add that set, and then go back to a 0. Now I'm kind of doing this out of order, but I'm sure that you get the idea. And again, maybe you want to modify that back to 655, and that's no problem. And you can just add these sets, and it's adding all the sets, but it's obviously not putting in any RPEs because you haven't done the set yet. So after you do the set, you just record your RPE. The minimum date helps us with the estimated 1RM prediction and the workout history. It's how far into the history do you want it to look back. The default is 3 months. You can go back as far as a year. We also have this indicator here to ignore modifiers. Now that comes into play in the workout history, which I'll get to in a second. And then here obviously is a checkbox to round your recommendations. So this is rounding it off to your nearest loadable increment. Now, if you don't want that, you just uncheck the box and it'll tell you exactly what the exact percentage is. Now you can come back over here to percentage. Now I showed you before with the rounding recommendation checked, it's actually 79.8%. Now you can uncheck that and it's going to go exactly to 80%, but unless you're bringing fractional plates, you're probably not going to load 571. So that's the idea behind the rounding thing. So I want to show you a bit about this workout history piece. So if you click on workout history, it's going to slide that up and you're going to be able to see every set that you've done. It's going to show you the last 25 sets that you've done back to your minimum workout date. Okay, and then you can use these filters to kind of filter these results and get something that's the most relevant to you. So if you only want to see loads greater than 500 pounds, which that's not going to filter a whole lot for me on this movement, but you could do that. There's also a second level here. So we can show something greater than 500 pounds and less than 600 pounds. And it's gonna narrow it down and show only those sets. Again, only going back as far as the minimum workout date, which you can adjust. You can do something similar with reps. You can do something similar with exercise as well. So let me show you about the exercise. Let me click on Ignore Modifiers. Now, if you're familiar with our training log system, you'll know that squat is the movement, and we have a bunch of ways to modify that movement. One is your bar position, your kit, if you're accommodating resistance, if you're changing your range of motion or your stance, a whole bunch of different things. So these are all ways to modify the workout. Now let's say that you've never done this exercise before. You've never done it. So when you look at your workout history, it would be blank. But that's not very helpful for you if you're trying to figure out what do you need to do. How do you, what weight do you put on the bar? So you may want to ignore modifiers. So that's going to change this, and it's going to be looking at just squat. It's going to look at all squatting movements. So let's go back here. And again, we've got some filters set for the load. Now it's looking back through all my sets here, and it sees different movements with modifiers being ignored. Now if I click on the exercise filter, it shows all the different exercises that are squats that have been done in this time period, and I can filter based on what's the most relevant. So let's say I've never done some movement before, and in actuality the low pin squat is going to be the closest thing to it. So I can filter based on the low pin squat, and that'll give me an idea. It's not perfect, of course, but it'll give me an idea of what I want to use as far as what weight to put on the bar. You can also filter based on top sets only. So if you don't want to see all your down sets and everything like that, just click top sets only, and it's going to filter all this stuff out based on the top set for that workout. All right. If you see a row that you feel is more relevant than the one that we've picked for you, the one that we've picked is highlighted in black. If you see one that you like better, you just click on it. So I clicked on this row, and you see the estimated 1RM in this case is 703. So when I drop the workout history back down, you'll see that the estimated 1RM that it's going to use in its calculations is now 703. And if I calculate based on that, it's going to update all this stuff. I do want to point out one of the limitations with the filters, and this is just something that's going to get people hung up a little bit. So let me kind of switch this back up a little bit, and let's look at just high bar squat with belt, and let's look at a rep filter. Now, let's say I want to see everything that I've done that's 3 reps and below. So what you might think is you type in 3 reps here and say less than, or rather equal to, everything equal to 3 reps, and everything below 3 reps. That's not going to work because, and let me turn off top sets there, sorry. it's not going to work because this is a logical and. So you're saying, show me all the sets where I've done work that's equal to 3 reps and also less than 3 reps. And that's nothing. That's logically nothing. So I just want to point that out because that'll trip somebody up. What you're trying to do in this case is to identify a range that will help you. That'll give you the information that you want. Also, if you click on this little magnifying glass here, it's going to open in a new tab that workout. So if you're curious, you've been looking back through your training history and you see, man, here on 1031, I squatted 785 for a single at 8 RPE. What was that workout like? If I click on the magnifying glass, it's going to open up that workout from October 31st, and I can expand this to see the full workout, see whatever comments I had on that workout, and you can go from there. Just a couple extra features. I already mentioned that this window is draggable, that you can move it around, and you can interact with these things in the background. So, for example, I added this first set before I should have, so let me go ahead and delete that one. So all that stuff works. You can interact with the window in the background. Yeah, so that's about it. That's all I wanted to show you. I think this is going to be extremely useful for you because it's going to help you to put the right weight on the bar. That's what this is all about after all. The whole reason behind keeping a training log is so that you can get good information from that training log. And if we never, if you just kind of put data in and you never take anything back out, then it's not that useful for you. So this is step 1. I mean, we've got a bunch of plans for how to get data back out of this and how to make it super useful so that you can customize your workouts to fit you. This is step 1. This is going to help you put the right weight on the bar today. So I hope you enjoy it, and please, please, please let me know any feedback that you have. We love hearing your feedback, things you like, things you don't like. All of it's welcome. So enjoy this and let me know what you think.